5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And it's live.
This is Leicester Till I Die TV. Watch and subscribe on YouTube and listen on your podcast platform.
Hello, good evening everybody. It is the prediction show and I can predict one thing. We're going to be shite. I mean, what a... I don't know. I did not get very good odds when I went down to my local Bet365 shop and say, can I have a bet on Leicester being shite this weekend? Yes, sir. You put £100 on and we'll give you a penny back. I mean, it just wasn't. How bad are we at the moment? And of course, as we speak, they've been discussing deducting points from us. God help us. Really? This is the prediction show. If I am Claudia Winkleman, let me bring in Tess Daly. Let's get predicting. Tess, how you doing?
All right, mate. Yeah, not too bad. I'd rather watch Strictly than us at the minute. That's for sure.
Well, I thought you were going to say you'd sooner watch Tess Daly. There we go.
Well, who wouldn't? Who wouldn't?
Well, I'd have Claudia every day of the week. Put her in the Leicester kit, and I tell you what, I'd score. Oh, I mean, come on, we joke. It is awful, isn't it?
The thing is, mate. I mean, the other night, I'm going into the game thinking, I think we'll do well to even get a draw from this. Because Southampton, have obviously, since they sacked Will Still, they've starting to pick up form, and I don't know. It was just every week going into games, just thinking like you just can't see us getting anything from it. I mean, the Stoke result really surprised me. I think. I didn't watch it, but I've seen highlights and heard things, and by all accounts, I think we weren't at its best really. And you just look at the games coming up as well, mate. You sort of think like, where's the next win going to come from? Because we've got some really tricky games coming up, especially like before Christmas. And I don't know, mate. At the minute, I'm sort of not. I think it's the way that the club are coming across at the minute. Is like we're so. Like just from top to bottom at the minute was so bad. Like, and the players, there's probably 3 or 4 players at the minute that I really like care for because I think they are actually trying and putting in a shift. The rest just look like they're tossing it off. Don't know if we come into the season and thought, well, maybe we pissed it. Like I say, pissed it last time. And obviously it's not the case really. But I mean, I think I seen someone put something on Facebook the other day, and apparently. Every team we've played, like their fans have said we're one of the worst teams they've come across, which is staggering, really, to see. Like the players we've got, but
yeah,
at the minute,
I think when you look at the 2 wins that we had, Norwich, who everybody should be beating at the moment, we struggled. We went a goal down to them. We then played Stoke, and talk about smash and grab. It wasn't smash and grab. And I know Steve, who's one of the co-presenters here, he has a 3-goal rule that if we're losing 3-0 at any point, he leaves. And he did. Put it that way. But
well, fair play, mate. Because, like you say, it's we even like. I mean, we weren't playing bad before they scored the first, and obviously the red card don't help. But other than that, mate, I think even with 11 men, we'd have got nothing because we can't keep the ball. We panic on the ball every time, and it's just so shit to watch. It's really bad.
As there is and I've got to say, I apologise. I was setting this up at 11:45 last night. I was setting the show up, and apparently I'd set the time to 7 a.m., not 7 p.m. And then, of course, we changed it to 6:30. So apologies to everybody if it got a little bit confusing today. As it says, you'd think after this many games into a season that we would have started to see some style of play, but we have nothing. The only thing we rely on is moments. That is very, very true. And you could be talking about my sex life there, I've got to say. There we go. I live on my own, so I guess I control my moment. Apologies to everybody because there's no tables this week because the place I use for the actual championship table hasn't put one up, so I can't sort of fit it onto the screen. Secondly, Brad is away. We don't know what he's doing. He's away for a week's holiday with his girlfriend, so he's more likely to be scoring than Leicester are this weekend. And Josh and me, we've missed a few, so we're having to sort of draw a line on the almost honorary Barry Try trophy. But it will be back. That one will be back. And next week, which is the week before I go on holiday, we will be back doing the prediction show. We will have tables then. And then I'm off for a week to Lanzarote, suckers, where it's nice and warm and dry and sunny.
How the other half live.
Exactly. I'll tell you what, I'm going to go. I've said this many times. I'm going to London on next Friday for the weekend. It's only costing me 22 quid on the coach. It's a new coach service, Flixbus, which is apparently all over Europe. So it's cost me £22 to go to London on the coach. It's cost me £32 return to fly to Lanzarote. I mean, it's ridiculous, isn't it?
Mad, isn't it?
Yes, yeah, indeed. Taking your stab vest. Well, last time I went, the only fans I bumped into were Leicester fans. So who knows? But let's have a look at the weekend's game. So it kicks off tomorrow night. And of course, as you can see there, the ones with the blue tinge are the Super 6 games, which is what we do for our league table. The rest of the games we predict, and that's the Barry Try Not Yet Memorial Trophy. And it starts Friday with Oxford versus Ipswich. Ipswich have found the form, I think. Then Saturday morning kicks off with an early start, God help us, for Leicester versus Sheffield United. And you can join us at 9:00 tonight when I'll be doing a preview with Darryl, a Sheffield United fan. Portsmouth, Bristol City, Stoke, Hull, and then we've got 3 in a row of the Super 6. Coventry, who are smashing it at the moment, versus Charlton, Middlesbrough, Derby, and Millwall, Southampton. And then you've got Norwich, who are in deep, deep trouble. I'm not even sure if they're going to get out of this, hosting QPR. Wednesday, we're even in more trouble with the points deduction, taking on Preston. West Brom and hosting Swansea in the Super 6 game. Wrexham, Blackburn. And then on Monday night, for some reason, no game on Sunday. On Monday night, Birmingham hosting Watford. Now, if you are thinking about doing predictions or nipping down to the betting shop, basically just listen to what me and Josh predict, and then if you go completely the other way, you'll be putting a bet on.
Printing money if you go against us, isn't you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I got 1 point last week. I tell you what, right, these games, although I don't know whether this will be the case now, but when we've done sort of prediction leagues in the past, we've always had the 10 games for the Premier League. Having only 6 to pick has really thrown the cat among the pigeons.
Definitely. It's tricky. It's tricky league, mate. It's a really tricky league. I mean, there's only so many teams at the minute where you can say, yeah, they're bankers the way they're going in the forms and stuff. But
yeah,
anybody can beat anybody.
There's some more games where we can use the word that rhymes with bankers about something. let's not go on to that. Let's start off with the Friday night game. Oxford hosting Ipswich. Interestingly, I've come up with another stat for us here, Josh. So right at the bottom, points per game, home and away. So that we need more than that to help us, but a bit more. So Oxford haven't won in 5 against Ipswich, who haven't lost in 5. But they have lost one of their last 5 home games. 22nd hosting 5th. Oxford struggling to score but are conceding, where Ipswich are scoring and actually managing to not to concede too many. XG, Ipswich are well above Oxford, and also they're above when you compare the actual XG to the expected. They're ahead of that. Oxford can't seem to keep clean sheets, and you got the team ratings there. Less than a point for Oxford United, less than a point a game at home. 1.5 points per game for Ipswich when they play away. Home advantage, we all say, well, there's an advantage to playing at home. Not always, and in Oxford's case, it's minus 6% advantage of playing at home. So, Josh, for me, there's only one winner in this one.
Definitely, mate. I only just realised the other night that Ipswich went up to 4th, and I thought, bloody hell, like, it were only a few weeks ago, really, that they were below us. But it just goes to show, you know,
that's how tight it is, isn't it?
Yeah, it's mad. Just goes to show, you know, you put a few, you know, good results together, and you can shoot right up there. I think Ipswich now, like you say, they're finding the form that we all thought they would sort of going into the season. Maybe it's took a bit longer than what we expected, but they've still got a really good squad, good manager. Yeah, for me, mate, I mean, Oxford, I'm surprised they're not doing that well at home, because I thought especially last season, it was the home form that really kept them up. So I thought they might continue with that going into this season, but same for me, mate. It's only going to go one way. I think we're both going to predict the win for Ipswich. But I'll let you go first with your score on this one.
Oh, he's throwing the gauntlet down right at the start. I mean, I look at some of these games thinking I need the points. Do I? I mean, it was quite funny talking about needing the points, because Tom thought that. He said, I really, really need the points in the prediction league. So I'm going to predict Southampton 4, Leicester 0. He wasn't that far off getting it either this time. It's got to be an Ipswich win. You know, they've dropped one from 4th down to 5th. I can't see Oxford scoring. They're one of mine favourites to go down. I think they did well to stay up last season. It was a bit tight, and they really. I think it's this season. It's like the Premier League. Some teams they do struggle, and I think they will return whence they came. I'm going to go Oxford United 0, Ipswich Town 2.
Bastard, that's the one I picked.
Hey!
I'm gonna change it.
Oh, you can stop 2-0 if you want.
No, I'll change it because I like to be different.
You just want to grab points off me, don't you?
I'll go 3-0 Ipswich. Again, like you, mate, I can't really see Oxford scoring. And again, with Ipswich, they've been scoring quite a few goals lately and keeping quite a few clean sheets. So I'll go for the 3-0 Ipswich.
Yeah, actually, looking at last season, again, I mean, they finished 17th, so they weren't really in any danger of going down. But then you look at it, and they're only actually 4 points off the real. And that's the thing this season as well. Like you say, a couple of wins, and you know, you go from relegation to playoffs. You know,
that's it.
But guys, if you want to join in as well, please do get your predictions in the chat with us. Like I say, do not copy what we do. Yeah, look, we've got to do it. Leicester City versus Sheffield United. And this is a Super 6 game. Leicester, oh dear, lost 1-1, drawn, lost. And I think the thing that gets me is those wins haven't been convincing.
Nah, we've looked poor. We ain't had a full 90 minutes. I mean, we ain't really had a full 70, 75 minutes where we've looked really good so far this season. As you were saying earlier, and I think one of the viewers said, we're sort of winning games on moments. I think, you look at sort of last Saturday against Stoke and Mavadidi's goal, which again sort of come out of nowhere, come from nothing. The Daka goal was well worked, but we've hardly seen that all season. It's really, really bad at the minute. I don't, famous last words. I don't think we're in with points deduction coming. I don't think we're in any danger of actually going down. I think we'll pick up enough points to stay up. But I mean, for me, I'm not arsed about getting promoted. It's got to the point where it genuinely doesn't bother me. I just want to have players on the pitch where you think, right, they're giving everything, and we're trying different things. We've got a style of play, but we just don't have it at the minute, do we? So for me on this one, pal, it's only going to go one way. And as I said before, the game's coming up. I can't really see where the next win's going to come from. We've got Bristol City coming up, Derby, and they're both on good runs of form. So Sheffield United picked up, the last couple of games, couple of wins. I think they might kick on a bit more now. So on this one, mate, I've gone for Sheffield United to beat us 2-0. Because I can't even see us scoring, let alone, I can't even see us really creating anything at the minute, let alone scoring. If we do, it's going to be a moment, but I think only that can only take so far, and I don't think it will come this Saturday, mate.
Well, stabbing your team in the back.
I'm just a realist, mate. As I said before, I'm a bit of a pessimist when it comes to Leicester, but at the minute, it's proving me right because I can't really see anything changing. I think, as much as Cifuentes at the minute, it's not looking good for him, but then you sort of think, well, who do you bring in? With this group of players, I don't think anybody's really going to get a tune out of them. So it's a tricky situation at the minute, mate. But I will say, optimistically, it's not going to last forever. We've been in League One before. We've been all right. We've come back and obviously done things in the last few years that only other fans of their teams can dream of. So it's a shit time, but we'll come good. Just not for me, not this Saturday, pal.
I mean, my girlfriend AI is a little bit upset with me because I've taken her predictions off, but I have left her win probability up there, which is quite tight, 39-32. I'm surprised she's still gone for Leicester. But look, we've dropped down to 15th. Clean sheets, we can't keep them. We've only got 3 out of 17, which is really, really bad. And the problem you've got when you look at Sheffield United, say, well, they've only kept 5, and look at their XG is, exactly the same as ours. Their actual is actually worse than ours, but you're looking at a lot of those were under Will Still. And since the Messiah, as I'm going to call him in the next show, has come back, they've literally changed. I mean, we knew this was probably going to happen. That said, I was thinking what you went for, 2-0. So I don't want to go for that because I want to try and get a gap between you and me. And I have to say, I'm dreading what will happen with the crowd if and when we, go behind. I'm going to go. I can't believe I'm doing this. I went for a draw last week because of my loyalty to the badge. That's what they do, isn't it? It's just an excuse to pat me tit. That's all. But No, I'm sorry. I know it's your job. You get back down and sit down. You know your place. I'm going to go Leicester City 1, Sheffield United 2. Because
Not that loyal.
no, I know.
At least you got us to score. At least you got us to score though, pal. I ain't even got us to do that.
Daka to get another one, and we're not going to wait another year. I just look. How can you support? I mean, I was actually I was talking to a Sky Sports Germany reporter, and he was asking me about Leicester this season. And I said, you always want to back your team, but sometimes you just got to be, like you said, realistic.
I think you know what it is as well. Like as a club, we are box office as a club. We are all or nothing. It's very rare we find that sort of in between. I mean, even going back to the days of like Levine, and under Levine we were shit, and then like then we started to play all right, but we never like just met. You know, like a team like I can't even say Crystal Palace at the minute because they're doing well, but like what Palace were for the last God knows how many years, just mid-table. They pick up, you know, not consistent all the time, but they pick up results here and there. We're just either up there or we're down there. For a neutral, we must be really entertaining, but as a fan, it's stressful.
Totally. Well, this is interesting because these are our games up until the end of the season. And I was speaking to Steve yesterday, and he says he can only see us getting 4 points out of that. Sorry, the end of the season, the end of the year. The next game after Derby is New Year's Day. I mean, 4 points from a possible, 18, is 21. 21. It is diabolical, really, isn't it?
I think he's right, though, because, I mean, as you know, I've picked on Sheffield United to beat us. Derby, the way they're going at the minute, I think they'll beat us. Bristol City away, tricky place to go. They're in good form, they'll beat us. Ipswich at home, again, another team picking up form, they'll beat us. QPR ain't no pushovers, really. Loftus Road, tough place to go. I don't really think we've got many characters in the team that will go there, pull the socks and think, right, let's fucking get something here. Potentially, they might get some. Watford at home, maybe. And then Derby at home again. It is tricky, mate. I mean, because the thing is with us, like, it'd be typical us now to, you know, go on and maybe win the next 5 out of nowhere. You just don't know. But
I think the thing for me is, though, those are our games coming up, and then we've got Sheffield United, I think, straight after the Derby game. I think it goes backwards then. But I could have put, those are the remaining 7 games of the year. But I could have put any 7 teams up there.
Yeah.
And we'll be going, where are we going to get the points from?
Yeah, I know.
So, no, it is what it is. I'm going to ask you this, though. I did a poll on social media. Do you still support Marty Cifuentes? It was very tight. It was, I think, it's about 46% yes, 42 no, something like that. Are you still behind him?
I am. It's wearing very thin, but as I say, like, I sort of think, well, who would you get in? There's nobody really. There's nobody really. I mean, we're not gonna buy a manager out of the contract from elsewhere. That ain't gonna happen. So you're sort of looking at the free agent sort of market, and you think, fucking hell, who would you actually bring in to get a tune out of them? If it was the case and they sacked him tomorrow after the Sheffield United game, it may sound crazy. I'd just get Andy King till the rest of the season, just see how he gets on, because there's no. I don't think there's a chance of us competing for even playoffs. And again, as I said before, for me, promotion isn't the be all and end all, because God forbid, if we went up again, we'd just have another season like we did last season where we'd be pretty shit and we'd come straight back down again. I don't really want to be a yo-yo club. I'd sooner, if it meant bringing a bit of stability, total reset in the summer and thinking, right, a few seasons in the Championship, you build a team and then you push on again from there, because that's the only way that I could actually see us progressing. But whether that'll happen or not, I don't know. I mean, the top come out and gave that interview, didn't he, the other week, which said it said a lot of things, but it said nothing really, nothing that we really wanted to hear. But I don't know, mate. It's again,
I just think as well, it is the fact that we're not going to bring anybody in because of financial restrictions. We may even get a transfer embargo. But even if we've not got the money because we didn't bring anybody in the summer, despite to 80 million quid. And I think, like with PSR, that's going to take 2 or 3 seasons to wash out, if you like. And I think it's the same with these players. The shit players we've got on long contracts. We're going to lose a lot at the end of the season, and then we're still, we're going to have to let the others, that are on Faith and Vestergaard that are here a bit longer. We've got to let them wash out as well. But anyway, now I'm ready to slip my wrists, so we'll move on. And let me just say, Foxes fans, don't miss out on live football this weekend, live on Sky Sports with Now TV. If you enjoy watching football, then you won't want to miss any of the action. You can catch all the action live on Sky Sports with a Now membership. So don't miss a moment. You can stream Sky Sports on Now flexibly, like Leicester City versus Sheffield United this weekend. All you got to do is search nowtv.com for full details. There we go. A word from our sponsors. Right. So next game. I think this is an early-ish kick-off as well. Portsmouth versus. I'm getting a bit of feedback, mate. I can hear myself.
It's nothing from my end, I don't think.
No, okay, not a problem. Portsmouth hosting Bristol. 32% chance for Portsmouth, 39% for Bristol. Slipped down a bit, Portsmouth. 20th against Bristol 7. They're having a really good season. I'd love to see them go up. Portsmouth can't score. Bristol City can, but they can also let them in. The XGA is better than the plus side for Bristol, and they can keep a clean sheet, Bristol. Team rating, not a lot between them. Home advantage for Portsmouth, though, is plus 18, but it is one of those sort of small, old-fashioned grounds. I've never been to Portsmouth, but I'd love to. Reminds me of Luton and, of course, Leicester, when you used to have to go in between a couple of houses. Do you remember that for Leicester?
Yeah, that's it, Filbert Street. Yeah, indeed.
Yeah. I suppose it's me to go first, isn't it?
Yes, pal.
Yeah, this isn't a Super 6 game. I've got to say, neither team's in particularly good form at the moment. They've lost 3 of the last 5, Bristol, and they've only won 1 of the 5 away from home. With a lot of these, I have heart and head moments. My heart is saying it should be a Bristol win, but my head, I think I'm going to go for a draw with this one, because Portsmouth need the win as well. I'm going to go 1-1 on this one.
I thought about the draw, but then I can't really look past Bristol City at the minute. They're playing some really good stuff, and they are picking up wins along the way. Fratton Park, like you say, mate, it's a tricky place to go. It's quite a unique stadium, especially these days when you've got most sort of clubs nowadays have the sort of standard flat pack stadiums that like King Power, to be honest. It's sort of your generic bowls nowadays. So it's a tricky place to go, but I can't see anything past the Bristol City win, pal. So I've gone for 3-1 Bristol City.
Oof. Okay, an away you've gone for 3 away wins so far.
That's only just occurred to me, to be honest. But that's the way it's falling this week.
Yeah, no, it's honestly. When I look at these, and I used to put AI's predictions in, they were all either draws or home wins. Very few away. Next up, we've got Stoke City, who somehow we managed to beat, playing Hull. According to AI, the win probability is over half to Stoke. They have lost 2, including ourselves. Hull had a really good start, but they've fallen away a little bit. They've lost 3 of the last 2. Stoke, sat up there. Bloody hell, Stoke in second place. So you got an ex-Mark Robbins team in first and a current Mark Robbins team in second. And we look at Hull's XG, its XGA is unbelievable. Stoke are keeping clean sheets. Team ratings much the same. Stoke getting double the points per game at home than Hull away. 15% home advantage to Stoke. I think I know which way you're going to go with this one.
Yeah, I think it was probably only a few weeks ago where I thought, Stoke might be in a bit of a false position, but they're earning it. And like I say with Mark Robbins, mate, he's a manager who knows what he's doing. I think he were quite unlucky how it ended at Coventry for him, to be honest. They started last season and it weren't going well for him at all. I again, like you're surprised we actually beat Stoke. I think, as we were saying earlier, looking back, we were quite lucky to even. I think granted we won, but I think even if we would have got a point from it, you're sort of thinking, well, bloody hell, we're quite lucky to even get a point. So
it was a smash and grab, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was. Hull, I mean, still in 11th, they're doing pretty well, to be honest. I think a lot of people had them to be down there struggling. I've gone for a Stoke win. I think had it been at the Hull ground, I may have gone for the draw, but I've gone Stoke 2-1 on this one.
Stoke 2-1. Well, I have written down my prediction, and I've written it down before you said yours. I had written down 2-0, but then I'm looking, and Hull can score goals. They're not shy in front of goal. So we're going to have one of these moments.
Oh, football friend.
I agree with you. I've gone 2-1 as well, changing from 2-0. Yeah, I mean Stoke. They're so happy with Mark Robbins. I think he could walk on water for them. Next up, it is the Super Six. It's Coventry, who, let's be honest with you, I hate to say it, but they are smashing it out of the ground. Playing one of my favourite teams, Charlton Athletic, as I say every week. 66% win probability for Coventry. 47 goals scored, 17 conceded, plus 196 XG with a positive XGA, clean sheets, which is probably the most, and it is the most in the league. Highest team rating for performances. Look, 2.5 points per game at home, plus 13. Look, as much as I love Charlton, I can't see it happening for them. I really can't. When I look at the sort of the goals conceded against, if a team's playing any other team, Coventry, I think, I can take that into account. But you can't with Coventry. Frank Lampard is, well, you could say he's doing it with a bit of, Mark Robbins' team, but he's got 2 of the 3 top goal scorers in the, 2 of the 3 top 5 goal scorers in the league. One of the top 5 assist makers in the league. Whatever he is doing, he's doing right. Because it's difficult to take over a team that's doing well and carry that on. Especially when somebody's been there as long as Mark Robbins had. The question is, and it's the big question, is do I see Charlton scoring? They've got 1 goal on average per game. But look, I mean, yeah, I am going to give them a goal. I'm going to go 1 to Charlton. How many do I see? The question is, how many do I see Coventry scoring? That's the other big question. Gee. I mean, Charlton have dropped a little bit. Well, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to go 4-1 Coventry.
I'll get straight to the point on this one because I think Coventry are the easiest team to predict at the minute. I've gone 4-0 Coventry.
4-0. Wow.
Yeah, scoring goals for fun, mate. Not really. I mean, not conceding loads, but they just look so strong. They play really good football. They're quick on the break. When they attack, they don't just like pass for passing's sake. When they pass and get the ball forward, it's you can tell they're doing it with a purpose. And often more than not, it's resulted in goals so far this season. I think. Charlton got a drubbing from Southampton last week, and it's probably the worst place to go after a 5. They got beat by 5. They beat 5-0 by Southampton.
The last team you want to face.
Yeah, exactly, mate. It's the last place you want to go after a drubbing. I don't think they'll get beat by 5. I think Coventry will beat them 4-0.
Well, 4-0. You've gone 4-1. I've gone nearly. Football friends, but not quite. Next up is another Super 6 game, and it's Middlesbrough who are playing Derby. Middlesbrough had a great start. They're still up there. They're still in third, despite everything that's gone on for them with managers. They've got the new. Have they got the new guy in place? I think they have, haven't they? This is a tough one because in Derby, and this is what we were saying earlier. At the start of the season, they were struggling. They were bottom feeders, for a while. But Middlesbrough over 2 points per game at home, nearly a 7-point team rating, can keep a clean sheet. 22 scored, but Derby, look at that, 24 scored, but they conceded 23. Your turn to go first, sir. How are you going to go with this one?
Tricky one to call this. I think, as you say, mate, maybe a month or so ago, it's looking like a Middlesbrough win all day long. But Derby looking really good at the minute, and they're not struggling to score goals, and they've got multiple goal scorers as well. They're not just sort of relying on one man. And Carlton Morris is doing really well for them at the minute. But Eustace as a manager, mate, I really rate him. I think at the time when he left Blackburn to go to Derby, I think it raised a few eyebrows. But in Eustace, mate, they've got a really good manager. On that, I can't split these either way, mate. I've gone for a draw, and I've gone for a 1-1 draw.
Oof. Eustace, like you say, Blackburn were doing well when he left. I think it's a case of one of those like Derby's his club sort of thing. A bit like, in fairness, whatever we would call it, Middlesbrough going to Wolves. That's not working out very well at the moment, is it? I'm with you. This is one of the most hard ones to choose, and I hate saying that when it's Derby, because we've just both predicted Coventry to storm it. I've gone for a draw as well, but I've gone for the first Desmond of the night. I've gone 2-2.
I could see it, mate. I could see it. Both teams score. Both teams, score fairly easily. They create loads of chances, and they both concede quite a few goals. So it's a good shout.
But they could cancel each other out, of course, and it end up being 0-0.
It could be 0-0. Then we both look like twats.
Well, we do anyway. Let's be honest. I mean, AI she's gone way out here and has gone 52% chance of Middlesbrough winning. So we'll see. Right, and another a bit like Dusty's there, Super 6 games. Millwall, who we know beat us, are taking on Southampton, who we well know beat us. Southampton. Look, how long was I calling for Will Still to be sacked? It's ridiculous that he got the job, and he'd done well in wherever he was in Europe, but it's a different kettle of fish. Look at Ruud van Nistelrooy; he did well in Holland, and then you've also got what's it called, Graham Potter, who'd done well abroad, did okay at Brighton, and then obviously he's fallen flat, everywhere. But Derby, Southampton are on form. Only lost one of the last 5, 2 of the last away games. They're up to 13th when they were really struggling. We are now the worst of the 3 promoted teams. Their XG isn't bad. They're only just off that. haven't kept a clean sheet. But look, again, a lot of these stats for Southampton was when Will Still was still there. You know, Millwall, look, always I think can have a home advantage. I'm surprised it's only 4%. But I've got a feeling, and I really enjoyed it, so I might have another one later. But I've got a feeling that Southampton are going to get something here. But they you know, they are a different team to the ones that started the season. I'm actually going to go. I'm going to go 1-3. And hi, Blue Fox, how you doing? Oh yeah, 3-1 to Southampton. I'm going.
I too have gone for a Southampton win. I thought when you said Millwall 1, I thought, well, God, we're going to pick the same one here. I've gone Southampton 2-1. Again, a bit like when we were talking about the Portsmouth game, the Den's always it's a horrible place to go. I was going to change my mind then, but no, I won't. I'll stay with the Southampton win purely because they are on really good form, and I can see them flying up the league, to be honest. So, yeah. Millwall. I think Millwall are always going to be there or thereabouts for me. They always most seasons they always seem to be sort of pushing for playoffs, and this season they're looking really good. But for me, mate, I think Southampton they'll carry on the good recent run of form, and 2-1 Southampton.
Yeah, I mean they both won the last games. Millwall had dropped a little bit, but that win takes them back up, as you can see, to 4th. And I think 2-1's a very good shout. I toyed with that. But did fall for 3-1. So it could be either of those, I think. But then what's that? I've got a Southampton friend, and I know it's surprising I've got a friend, but. And I said to him, fair play, mate, you deserved it the other night. You were the lot better team. You taught us a lesson. I said, if you do not give your assistant, your caretaker manager the job, and just realised my microphone hasn't been in front of me, so I might sound a bit better now, I don't know. I said, if you don't give that job to your caretaker manager, your owner needs a lobotomy.
I think it's one of them with the caretakers, though. It's always sort of a bit hit and miss of how well they do. I think they come in and do well for a certain amount of time. A bit like Shakespeare with us, came in, done really well, kept us up, and obviously gave them the job, and then started the season, and obviously we weren't that great. So it's again, I think it's your typical manager bounce. Obviously try and ride it out as long as you can.
But they've won 4. This new manager, they've won 4.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, whether, like you say, if he's been the assistant manager, obviously the players know him. They seem to be obviously wanting to play for him, and it's paying dividends for him at the minute, I guess.
Yeah, I just think they'd be mad not to give it to him. 4 wins in 4, and they've only got 6 all season, so that's not bad at all. But then we've only got 6 as well. They're above us now, so we are now the bottom of the 3 relegated sides. All those people at the start of the season that were going, we're going to walk this league. Indeed. Talking of a team that seems to be walking itself into relegation, to be honest with you, Norwich City, down there in 23rd. And I have to say, I have a feeling, that's 2 I've had now, and I really am enjoying them. I've got a feeling that had Sheffield United not been deducted those 6 points, that Norwich would be bottom. They really, really... Well, no, they wouldn't actually. No, 6, 7, 8, 9. They'd still be above Norwich by 1 point. But, look, as bad as they are, they still went ahead against us. But this one, look at this, 37 versus 35% win probability. But they haven't won. They've won 2 games all season. They've not won in the last 5. QPR have won the last 2. They've not won any of the home games at all this season, Norwich. That's how bad it is. QPR, they've won 3 of their away, like 12 versus 23rd. Both of these teams can concede goals. The XGs and the differences are much the same. Norwich one clean sheet all season. I mean, their average points at home is 0.13. That even makes Leicester City look like promotion. And the home advantage is, well, it's minus 13. Is it me or you to go first, sir?
Is this a Barry Fry one?
Yes.
It's you to go first on this one, pal.
Me to go first, right. Look, the fact that Norwich haven't won all season at home, their new manager, I believe, is the guy that used to be at Glasgow Rangers, which, to be honest with you, that wouldn't be exactly filling me with confidence. And, it's not even Sellers. It's the guy a few games ago. He's got a job on his hands. He really, really has. He must be on a mega bucks to keep them up. I can't see Norwich getting anything, to be honest with you. They're getting, 16 goals. That's one a game. Will they get anything in this? QPR are conceding. I think Norwich will get one, but I can't see them winning. I really, really can't. And I'm going to go for... I'm going to go 2-1 to QPR.
I would say same as me. I've gone for a QPR win, but I've gone QPR to beat them 3-1.
I was thinking that. That's why I was taking my time.
I think, as you say, with Norwich, mate, at the minute, they're just looking like it's an absolute banker for them to go down. QPR, again, as I say, I mean, I do really rate QPR, and I think come the end of the season they could be on for a playoff push, because I think attacking wise they are really good. Defensively, as you say, they do ship a few goals, but as long as you're scoring enough, then you give yourself more than a chance. Mid-minute sort of mid-table-ish QPR, and I could just see it being. Obviously, give Norwich a goal, but I think it's going to be a comfortable afternoon for QPR on this one. That's why I've gone for the 3-1.
Yeah, a weird decision, like I say, by Norwich for who they've taken on. But look, what do we know about football? Just
exactly.
Now, yeah, we know sweet FA. So that's Norwich. Again, the second away win in a row for you. You like these away wins this week, don't you?
At the minute, yes. I'm taking my chances this week, I guess. You don't really see, especially when it comes to the actual results, you don't see many away, especially how many I fucking picked this week. But no. you never know. You never know.
3, 5 you've picked so far.
Jesus.
5 out of 8 away wins.
Well, I like to be a bit of a rebel, don't I guess.
Oh, you do. You do indeed. The team that's keeping Norwich off the bottom, Sheffield Wednesday, hosting Preston. Again, look, 32-39. I'm surprised it's that low. Preston haven't really started their slide. They're still in 6th. We're just waiting for them to have that dip when they fall out of the playoff and above. The latest news, of course, was that, although they're denying it, Sheffield United owners have talked about merging with Sheffield Wednesday.
I think hell all three's over before anything like that happens, mate, to be honest.
It kind of makes sense. But you've got, that's taking out any passion out of the teams. And, from an outside business person's point of view, you could get a brand new club, a brand new stadium out of it, all singing, all dancing. Neither of them have got particularly up-to-date stadiums. We definitely know Sheffield United haven't. Sheffield Wednesday haven't. And I'm really looking forward to asking the guy about this on the preview later. Like I say, as a non-Sheffield fan of either side, I can see the reasoning behind it, but it does take all the passion out of being a Sheffield Wednesday fan or a Sheffield United fan.
100%, mate. For me, that's I suppose it's like, it's not sort of the same because we're not the same city, but I suppose you could look at it as like, that's like the Forest owner saying, "I tell you what, I'll buy Leicester and we'll merge Nottingham and Leicester and call ourselves East Midlands fucking United or whatever." For me, if that were the case, I couldn't carry on supporting it. I'd probably just go and watch local football every week. I couldn't do it, and I think, to be fair, I think a lot of you could lose a lot of fans. You could lose a lot of fans on either side if that were the case, because I think it's one of the derbies where they really don't like each other, and the history between them both, and as you say, the passion that both fan bases have got. I think it'd be a bad idea, mate. Financially, yeah, they could make a lot of money, but I think a lot of football fans don't think about finances. Obviously, all we care about is how well the team's doing and getting 3 points on a Saturday. So, not for me, pal.
No, this is the thing, though, isn't it? Like you say, it's all about finance, and unfortunately, football is about finance these days. But I know they tried it years, and you're probably too young to remember this, but they did try it a long, long time ago with Oxford and Reading.
Right. Okay.
And yeah, that obviously never came to anything, as you would expect. Sheffield United destroyed Wednesday the other night on the TV. I watched it. Wasn't a bad game at all. Even Tom Cannon scored. Like I say, it's close with the win probability. Sheffield Wednesday haven't won, but then in fairness, Preston haven't won in 3, but they've only lost the 1. 6th playing 24th. Sheffield Wednesday can just like conceding a goal, don't they? And their XG is what is the worst in the Championship. Only got 2 clean sheets all season. That said, Leicester have only got 3, and the home advantage there -37% by playing at home. I think I know the way you're going to go with this, unless you're going to go on one of your wild. Why the God have you done that, Josh? Moments.
You know what?
Here we go.
No. I'm going for a Preston win, but I will say this on Sheffield Wednesday. I think, going into administration ain't ideal for any club, but for the way they were going, it's probably the best thing that's happened to them for a few years, to be honest, because they sort of know that. Chances are they're going to be playing League One football next season, but treat it as a completely clean slate. They're still a massive, massive club. They're still going to get players that are going to want to go and play for them, whether it be youngsters from Premier League teams that will go there on loan to make a name for themselves. So Sheffield Wednesday will be all right, pal, but not this weekend for me, mate. Preston, I thought they'd maybe be on a bit more of a slide than what they actually are at the minute. I didn't actually know they were in 6th, which is surprising. I've gone for a Preston 2-0 on this one, pal. Was this Barry Fry or Super 6?
This was Barry Fry.
Sound. Yeah, Preston 2-0 for me on this one, mate. Sheffield Wednesday, it's a game where they could potentially get something, because Preston, sometimes you never know what you're going to get with them, but I'll go for the Preston win.
Preston win, brilliant. Have you put your Super 6 predictions in?
Not yet. Not yet for this weekend. No, I will do though. I'll.
No changing your mind. No changing. No, I won't. I mean, look, I did a thing again with Talk Sport last week on their Championship podcast, and the guy that hosts that every week is a Sheffield Wednesday fan. And and I said to him, what I love seeing is, and look, you don't want any club to go into administration, but it was like a bittersweet moment for you, because it meant you got rid of Chanzeri. Yeah. And the way the fans have come out, I think they took £1 million in a week in season ticket sales, and club shirts and things like that. So fair play to the fans for then coming out and going, right, yeah, we want a bit of this. Preston.
Sorry, Chris, just touching on them just quickly. If I was them this season, just treat the rest of this season like one long pre-season. You get a win here and there, celebrate it, great, it's brilliant. But obviously, don't be too concerned with that. It'd be a miracle if they do manage to stay up, and there's nothing more that I'd love to see, because I do like Sheffield Wednesday. Treat it as one long pre-season, pick up what you can, get a few wins here and there, go into next season fresh slate.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. Do I agree with 2-0 though? That is the question. Because that again was at the back of my mind.
Come on, Chris, let's be football friends again on this one.
we're morphing into what you know what they say about women when they work together, their periods sink.
Mine was last week, Chris. So.
Oh, that's all right. Well, it's getting closer. We're drawing us in. That's a horrible thought, isn't it? Bloody hell, as they say. Right. I did do G. Yeah. Do I go 3? Do I think they'll score 3? They've scored 22. I'm sorry, mate. No. You see, now, if I go 3 and it's 2, I'm going to think, oh, shit. I should have gone for that. But
now, if you go 2 and it's 3...
Yeah, there is that.
Kicking the bollocks either way, really, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, either way, I'm walking funny. Look, I'm gonna go 3. I'm gonna go 3-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. To Preston, sorry. Got 3-0 to Sheffield Wednesday. Bloody hell. Right, what is next? West Bromwich Albion, and this is a Super 6 one again, mate. West Bromwich Albion taking on Swansea. Very heavily weighted against West Bromwich Albion this, and I'm not surprised when we look at Swansea's last 5 games. They've lost their last 4, and they've only won 1 away in the last 5. West Brom, look, they're down to 17th, so only 2 places off, and that is quite low for West Brom. They're not happy with the manager. They're actually talking about trying to get Corberan back. Whether he would come back or not, I don't know. Their XG is better than Swansea's. 4 clean sheets, but they 1.63 and a plus 18% home advantage. So I'm going first with this one. I'm going to go. It's going to be a West Brom win, so I'm going to go for a home win. Ooh. I'm going to go 2-0 to West Bromwich Albion.
I've gone for a West Brom win as well, pal. I think a bit of a toss of the coin on this one. I've purely picked West Brom to win because from the last 5 games, they're the only one out of the 2 of them that actually won a game. I didn't realise that West Brom had dropped so far. To be honest,
I know. I was surprised. Yeah,
it's a shock. I could have given Swansea at least a point, but I can't see it, mate. I think their poor run's going to continue. I've gone for 1-0 West Brom.
Oh, just the 1. You were tempted with the 2. Be honest.
Very tempted. But you know what? I very rarely pick a 1-0 scoreline, so I thought I'll change it up a bit and I'll pick a 1-0.
Yeah, I don't very rarely go 1-0, but there hasn't. I don't think there's been many 1-0s or 0-0s for that matter.
Yeah.
So that's West Brom against Swansea. Wrexham against Blackburn Rovers. 41% win chance for Wrexham. Blackburn went on a bit of a run, but it's kind of stuttered a bit. Although they have won the last 3 away games, that we know about it. But Wrexham haven't lost their last 5 home games. 10th playing 18th, both conceding about the same number of goals. XG, not that far apart, but Wrexham are above their XG, and they've kept 6 clean sheets as well. Team rating, Wrexham nearly in the 7s. I think that's the second or third best team performance of the season. Points per game at home 1.67, but look at Blackburn away 1.88, and it's a 1% home advantage to Wrexham. This isn't the last Super 6 game. I know Tom will be happy that I've picked this as a Super 6 because he loves Wrexham. But do you love Wrexham enough?
I don't. Well, to be fair, one of my friends, he's a Blackburn fan, so I'd feel bad. I'd feel bad going against him. Tricky one to call this one, pal. Again, looking at some league positions tonight, I didn't realise that other teams were where they were. I can't really Wrexham were in 10th, to be honest. I think, as you say, the last 5 games there, they're really starting to go on a decent run. Blackburn have been, through in a couple of losses here and there as well. It's a tough one to call. I think, Wrexham don't really struggle to score many goals, but they do concede a lot. Blackburn concede a lot. They've only scored 16. I'll stick with what I've wrote down here. I've gone for Wrexham 2, Blackburn 2.
Oh, you've gone for a Desmond. Oh, yeah. Wow. Do you know what I love about us two? No, not that. Is the fact that we sit here and now I spend all afternoon putting these things together. As you can imagine, there's about 10 different sites I have to go to and do all the artwork and ever. So I'm pretty much clued up when I'm doing this, and I'm still near the bottom of the fucking league.
Fucking clueless, isn't we?
Yeah. And I have just realised that the predictions I'm giving for the Super 6 are not necessarily the prediction I put in the league. So let me go back. I'm going to have to go back and redo mine, I'm afraid. Not the Barry Fries, but... So, Leicester, Sheffield United, I've actually got that down as a 1-1.
Right, okay.
Coventry, Charlton, I've gone 4-1. I actually went 2-0.
See, this is how easily you're swayed, Chris.
It is. And normally, I don't have my predictions in that early, but... I did it straight away this time. God knows why. Middlesbrough Derby. Oh, I've gone 2-1 to Middlesbrough. Millwall Southampton 1-1. What the fuck was I doing the other day? West Brom Swansea, I've gone 2-0. Oh, I've agreed. I've got one right. Yes, 2-0. Yes. And Wrexham Blackburn. Again, what I was going to say and what I actually said the other day was right as well. So 2 of the 6 I actually have agreed. What I was doing the other night, I think I did it. I did it at 10:30 at night, and I think I was just because I've been that busy this week. I thought, "I'll sod this. I'll forget to do it. I'll stick it in now." That was before I done all these. Shit! What am I like? Oh my god! I'm 1-0 Wrexham. So I'll stick with that. No wonder I'm this one. If I ever say,
you sort of had 2 matches, but the other ones ain't really that close to each other either. So fucking Jesus. You know what it is? It might be me. It might be, if you didn't have me on it, you'd probably be flying up the fucking league. It's because I'm here and I like.
Yeah, let me blame you.
I sort of subconsciously mess with your mind and you think.
Oh, definitely. You definitely. It's like 4-1 I went for Coventry and I only went 2-0 in there. This week, because normally, in fairness, I do my predictions after I've done this. All these things, and I really sort of said, well, like you say, they're not scoring, but they are. And this week I went, fuck it, I'm just gonna have a go at it. And I was like, 1-1. Now, if I get 18 points this week, that's what I'm going to do moving forward. But the Monday night game, obviously a reason for this. Sky, Birmingham hosting Watford, 52%. This is a Barry Fry one. Birmingham have lost 1 in the last 5. Watford haven't, but they haven't. They've won 2 of the 5. They've lost 2 away from home. Birmingham won 9th, playing 14th. They're both scoring, but they're both conceding as well. XG pretty much the same. Birmingham got an exact. First time I've come across this, an exact XGA of 0.00. They've also kept 5 clean sheets. Watford have only kept 1. 2.13 points at home they've got this season. Away, 0.75 at Watford, plus 42% chance of winning. Is it me to go first on this one? I think it is, isn't it?
It is, mate. Yeah. This is both. Yeah, it is you, mate. Yeah.
Birmingham, Watford. Okay. I can't. I mean, Birmingham again. Look, the Knights having got promoted, they've got that amazing new stadium that looks a bit like Battersea Power Station with the big towers. I love the fact, I didn't say this, it was a Birmingham fan that put on one of their posts. Apparently, if they ever sack the manager and appoint the new one, they've got to wait for the white smoke to come out of the like for the Pope. I thought that was fantastic. Props to the Birmingham fan that came up with that. For me, it's going to be a Birmingham win. All right, I'm going to go 2-1.
I usually change when we've gone for the same, but we are going to be football friends on this one, Chris. I've gone for 2-1 on this one as well, pal.
Oh, that gives me a chance to play it, methinks.
That's it.
Oh, friend, football friend.
I literally echo everything you said, mate. I think, I mean, fucking hell, Watford are even above us at the minute. Jesus.
I know.
God. Birmingham, I think at the start of the season, there were many people's favourites to go up automatically. And I think they're starting to pick up a bit of form at a good time. I think the Christmas period's it's quite a major part of the season, really. If you can sort of string, because the games come so thick and fast, if you can sort of string a few good results together, then you can start climbing the table. So it wouldn't surprise me if, come the end of mid-January, it wouldn't surprise me if Birmingham are right up there. They do look. I mean, to be fair, both teams score quite a few. They concede quite a few. I think. You know what? I think the draw might have been smart money, but I'll pick a win. I'm good. Yeah, I'll go 2-1 Watford, 2-1 Birmingham as well, pal. So I'll join you on that one. We could be wrong together.
No, only so we don't feel as bad. I'm just totaling up how many away games you've gone for, away wins. 1, 2, 3. Actually, not that bad. 4.
What for the Barry Fry?
No, for everything.
All right, okay.
Which means 1, 2. Oh, I don't know. I can't do it. My head's mashed. There is a game on the Tuesday, but that is Blackburn versus Ipswich, which is the game, obviously, that was called off during the rain. So I've not included that because, obviously, we predicted that at the time. So there's no point in doing it, basically. Right. Well, there we go. As I say, next week we should have a league table. To be honest with you, I'm not bothered the fact that we haven't got a league table. We're doing that bad in it.
Let's just fuck the league table off. Let's just play, like they do for sports day for kids these days. It's all about taking part.
Yes. The table's upside down.
Yeah, there is no first and last. We're all in it together. Let's not worry about it.
I must admit, I did think with you joining a week late that at least I'd have that gap, but you're closing it, mate. You're closing in on me.
Jesus Christ, it must be bad.
No, exactly. Josh, thank you very, very much, sir.
My pleasure, pal, as always.
It is a bit, it's like can't cook, won't cook. It's a bit like can't cook, but with football. But I will see you same time next week, sir.
You will, pal. You will, mate. Just what was I going to say? Fucking hell, I can't even remember. Hopefully next time I see you, I'd have actually got a few more points on the board because I think it just goes to shit nearly every week, don't it? I think by now, match week 18, I thought, you know what, I'd start stringing a few results together, but it's just fucking, it's
it's the 6 games. That's what's doing it, you know.
Yeah,
but I was looking the other day thanking, like, is it possible that I can actually, you know, if I have a bit of a run, could I catch anybody up? And I'm thinking, no. the answer is no. But there we go. Right. Well, look, if you want to watch a nice film this weekend, Nightmare Before Christmas is on at 12:30 on. It's true, isn't it? It's true. Tune in for that.
You're not wrong.
We're doing it with the watch along. God help me. I mean, last week I was doing Sudoku on the big pad while the game was going on. It was that bad. But all I hope for, and Santa, if you are listening, all I want for Christmas is a decent referee on Saturday, please. I think we deserve that. Josh, thank you very much, sir. I'll see you next week. Thanks to everybody that is in the chat and joined in. Please do as it says there, subscribe, like, click the notification bell and share. If you've been listening via your podcast platform of choice, thank you for lending us your ear. All the best to the family, mate, and I'll see you in a week's time.
And you, mate, have a good weekend, pal. See you next week.
Cheers.
Bye, buddy. Bye, pal.
Thanks for watching. These videos are tremendous. You better like them too, or I'll be back.
This podcast is proud to be part of the TalkSport Fan Network.
TalkSport. Powered by fans.
That will conclude this evening's entertainment.